went outside and she was daydreaming about she was up in the clouds.
Wow, so Brielle said a lot of really good words. She said daydreaming about being up in the clouds. I see Kimberly making a connection with her. So the next thing we're going to do is just on our bottoms is preview our story by just looking at the pictures. And while I'm looking at the pictures, I'm using some of my comprehension strategies like prediction to be thinking about what is this story about. I see clouds and palm trees. Uh-oh. But something weird just happened. The sky just changed. Now it looks like nighttime. That's giving me a clue of what this could be about.
This is different moon.
Different moons?
The Earth. That's the Earth. That's the Earth.
Oh my gosh.
That's the moon.
Stop.
The Earth is the
I just heard somebody ask a question, which is one of our strategies.
The moon made out of dirt and rocks. No, that's what the moon made out of. Let me tell you, the moon made out of dust and rocks.
Class, we just saw a lot of interesting pictures. I want you to look, lean, listen, and talk to your neighbor about what you think this story is going to be about. I'll keep flipping. Juan and Lanaya.
Davion and Danielle, share.
I think the story's gonna be Stop it!
Back in basket. Wow, Giselle snapped right back into basket. Chloe snapped right back into basket. If you want to share your prediction, show me a quiet thumb. Kaylee Mack, what do you think?
I think it's going to be about the Earth.
You think it's going to be about the Earth? That's a great prediction because I saw some pictures of what looked like to be from outer space, right? I see that Yamari agrees. I'll take one more prediction. Only from quiet kiddos. That tells me you're listening. Yamari? You think it's going to be about the moon and the sun. Good one, Yamari. Come back together. I have to say, I'm very impressed by how we've been using our silent signals, but I see half of the carpet is not doing that great of a job. Put your hands in basket because now we're learning some new comprehension strategies. And remember, the way I know that you were listening is because I'm going to listen to you guys talk and your turn and toss. The title of this story is called Sunny Sky, Starry Sky. I'm going to make my first connection. I bet we're reading the story today because we've been learning a lot about shadows, and we learned that shadows have a lot to do with light.
Hey, I need Demarius and Alexander Robertson.
It's Domarius.
So my first connection is that I'm connecting this to our big unit about shadows. Let's see. During the daytime, we can see the sun shining in the sky. The sun warms us. It provides heat and light energy from the earth. I'm going to stop and I'm going to make another connection. I love sunny days like this. I get to wear my favorite t-shirt. I get to go to the beach. I want you to look, lean, listen. I want you to make a connection. What do you love about sunny days like this?
What do you like about sunny days? Sunny days are so the weather is changing.
Class.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've heard so many people share interesting things about what they like to do in sunny days, like in our text. Daniela, what did you tell me? She likes to go in the pool. I like to go in the pool. Kimberly, what did you discuss with your partner? She likes to swim underneath the water? You must be so brave. I'm not that brave. Back in basket. Let's keep reading our story and see if we can make any other connections. Oh my goodness, I see something so cool coming up. You gotta look. Hands down and just look. Bottom. Natarian. At night, we can see the moon in the sky. Its shape looks a little different each night of the month. Wait a second. I just remembered something. Didn't we do something earlier this year called a moon journal?
Yes.
I'm making a connection with this picture because I remember when we did moon journals, and look, we drew pictures just like this. Oh my gosh, I see other people that are remembering this. Have you ever seen the moon?
Yes.
So you're relating. So you're relating
the
to
moon
this.
in a different kind. It was just like a triangle like this, like that.
Thank you, Kaylee, but you need to sit on your bottom.
Miss Rhonda, I saw when it was daylight. I saw the moon. No.
You saw the moon in daylight? Natarian, you are making such an interesting connection. You're telling me that you've even seen the moon in the daylight. You know what? I want you to look, lean, listen. Talk about when you've seen the moon.
I've seen the moon when it was nighttime. I saw the moon. It was a moon changed. And the moon changed. And I looked at it. So you see the moon?
Back in basket. Back in basket. Davion's looking right at me. So is Jocelyn and Yamari. Quan looks good. Quan, you are really turning your day around. I'm very impressed. I'm just waiting for one person to stop chatting. So we did a really good job practicing our making a connection strategy. I wonder if we can start to ask some questions. Whoa, I already have a crazy question coming up. On clear nights, the sky is full of stars that twinkle and shine. I wonder what the word twinkle means. Sometimes if I look at pictures or things in the text, I can answer my own questions. I wonder if twinkle means to sparkle or glimmer. Because I'm looking at this beautiful picture, Jamira, and I see a lot of stars shining. Whoa, I have a weird question coming up. What is that?
The earth.
I don't know, Kaylee. I've never seen it. You think it's the moon?
That's the moon. That's the moon. That's the moon. I agree.
So I hear some people thinking that it's the moon.
It looks like the earth is the moon.
Kaylee. Quiet in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sometimes when I ask a question before I even read the text, I'll be able to answer my own question. Let's see if I can answer my question. Waiting on 3. If we use a telescope, we can see craters on the moon. You were right, it's the moon. Say silly, Miss Robinu! But good thing I asked a question, because when I ask questions as I read, it helps me be a better reader. Uh-oh, but I've got a question. I've got a question.
What's your question?
I saw this kind of a weird word. If we use a telescope, I don't really know what a telescope is. Can you talk with your partners about what you think a telescope is?
It's telescope is a glass beam, so it will you can see it all up in the sky. And a telescope is when you can turn around the moon, look back, and very close. So you can turn around, look back. If you use it, you can see everything. And the moon changes each day, so I know how the moon is see and earth. Which is really cold.
I heard so many interesting talks. I even heard boys and girls who were describing what telescopes and Jupiter. Did we just answer our question?
Yes.
We can even see galaxies made from billions of stars. That is so many stars. Galaxy, that's a word that I haven't seen before. Do you think we can ask a question about this picture? Kaylee, I need your eyes up here. Do you think you could ask a question about this picture? Kaden, eyes up. I want to hear a question about this picture. Remember, a question starts with a who, what, or where.
The stars.
Raise your hand if you have a question about this picture. Waiting for a couple more hands. Nataria, what is your question?
I think that when you put things close to your eye, you get to see things very close.
Did we just learn about something that helps us see closer? It was
A
called
telescope. What is that?
Yamari, what is your question about this picture?
It looks like outer space.
So you're making a prediction. A question starts with a who, what, where, or why. And remember, our shoulders go when we ask a question. Who has a question?
I have a question.
Do you want to try again, Yamari? Okay, Yamari, what's your question? Our hands are down. It's Yamari's time to shine, not yours. You think it looks like the sun? Not quite a question still. Does somebody else want to try a question? Brielle.
So some people can go. Some grown-ups have jobs to go out of space, and I want to know why they have to go out of space, because they have to check the space and see if it's okay. And when they check the space, they see the squiggly stars and stuff.
Oh my goodness. I'm having an OMG moment because Brielle just did a couple of things. She made a connection to community helpers, those are astronauts, and she asked, why do they go to outer space? I know I'd be scared. So this picture reminded her of outer space and community helpers like astronauts, and it made her wonder, why do adults or grown-ups go to outer space? That was a really good one. 2 claps for Brielle. All right, boys and girls, that was the end of our story. But now that we're done reading the story, Nataria, we have to figure out what the author's purpose is. Remember, the author is a person that wrote the book, Kaylee. So I'm just going to go look at my pictures again. And I'm just going to be thinking about, all right, I see sunny, starry skies. I see the sun again. All right, I see that moon. That gives me a feeling that the author wrote this book to inform us or tell us about the sky and how it changes. Oh, there's that moon again where I learned about telescopes, Jamira. Here's outer space. I'm sure now that the author's purpose was to tell us about the sky.
I agree for my scout because that's it. When you put things close to your eye, you get to see things close.
Yep, and you saw that moon really close. And some people made predictions at the beginning of the story that were spot on. So you did an excellent job using your comprehension strategies. Brielle, do you want to lead us in a good job cheer? Go ahead and stand up. This year, you can go ahead and lead.
He's a birthday boy.
Go ahead, lead us in a good job cheer.